Hello everyone, and this is Phoenix here, and today we're going to be doing a pickup video for the month of February, which happens to be the shortest month of the year, and this year happened to be a leap year, so now we have 29 days rather than 28 days, which is a little bit weird. I don't know, I can't remember exactly how that stuff works, but I just know it's like every so often it's always going to be a leap year. Well, anyways, without further ado, before we start doing the pickup video, the one thing I remember to do at the beginning of the video is doing the shoutouts, because the last couple of times I've been doing them, I keep on doing them at the end because I keep on forgetting to do it at the start, but anyways, now I finally remembered. So the first channel that I want to mention, there's only going to be two I'm going to be mentioning here that got added to the list, and this one is Gaming Through the Decades. He's a guy I actually just found out about pretty recently. He's a very small channel. He does pick up videos like I do. He also does like some game hunting videos where pretty much he goes out to like whatever stores or thrift stores and films, and you actually see like how it all happens, which is very interesting. I really like that idea a lot. Someone suggested me that I should do that one time, but I thought about it. I just haven't done it because walking around in public talking to a camera, it would just be really awkward. So, I don't know, I just never thought about doing that. Well, I thought about doing it, but I never actually put it into action. But maybe one day we might be able to see that. But anyways, though, he also does some like little tiny rants and like video gaming discussions and such, which is always interesting. So, yeah, very good channel, very nice guy, and I totally recommend you guys to check it out. And like I said, it'll be in the description all the time now. And the other channel I'm going to mention is Big Will, and his name kind of reminds me of the game, what was it there? It was, Destroy All Humans, Big Willie Unleashed. Yeah, that's what his name reminds me of, which is pretty funny. So what his channel's about is that he does like little like reviews every now and then. He also does some like top 10 list on various gaming discussions. I know he did one on like most metal video games, which is awesome. And then he also done one on like worst voice acting, which is really funny. Like that's always great. And he also does some various other stuff like that, and like hidden gems videos, which are always cool. So yeah, that's another really good channel that's very small that I also found out about pretty recently. So there you go. There's two channels that I can definitely recommend you for this month, and all their go is going to be in the list from now on. So that's always awesome. So anyways, without further ado, let's begin with the pickup video. Okay, so now let's begin. Now the first thing we're going to be talking about is two older games that I got. In fact, these are the only cartridge-based games, and this one over here is an NES game. Well, actually, they're both NES games, by the way. And this one is Little Nemo and the Dream Master, which is from Capcom, which is pretty cool. Now, I have played this game like many years ago. In fact, I actually rented it at a game store that you were actually still able to rent like older games, which was very cool. I like that a lot. So that's how I first played this game, and well, the game was very fucking hard. At least the second level was. The first level wasn't too bad, but the second level was like a real bitch. And even now, when I've played it recently, it's like, fuck. Well, either way, in case you're wondering what the game is all about, basically, it's a platformer where you use, like, little Nemo, and no, not Nemo from Finding Nemo, but, pretty much you use him, and he's in, like, a dream world, and you have to, like, throw candies at, like, animals, and then if you throw them at enough times, they will, like, go to sleep, and then you just jump on them, and then you turn into the animal, and you get, like, different abilities, and of course, you have to collect keys within the map, and then if you get enough of them, you can go to the next level. It's pretty good, it's pretty interesting. It's obviously not the best Capcom game ever, but it's a pretty good game, though. I mean, I think it is pretty enjoyable. The music is very good, as to be expected, and it has some pretty good graphics, and well, yeah, like I said, the game's fucking hard. But then again, I think a lot of Capcom games are very hard, at least for me anyway. But if there's anything else, is that I think this game was based after a movie, and if I remember correctly, the movie got like thrown around a bunch of like different like directors. In fact, I believe Hayao Miyazaki actually got a hold of it at one point, but then it finally got released, and I believe it took like forever to get released, and when it did come out, apparently it didn't do very well. Yeah, kind of like Duke Nukem Forever, but not nearly as long. At least, I can't remember if it's not nearly as long, but either way, it took quite a long time. But I haven't seen the movie myself, but either way though, it's a pretty good game, and it seems like Capcom is still great at making games based after movies. And now this game over here is one that I'm surprised I didn't own yet, and that happened to be Batman the video game from Software. Or, not from Software, Sunsoft. Yeah, from Sunsoft. Yeah, my bad. Well, anyways, there's not much I can say that already has been said before. I mean, it's like Ninja Gaiden, but you're Batman, and it has, like, really awesome music, really awesome graphics, and, well, it's just awesome. I love it. I mean, this is, like, one of the best Batman games you can get. And it's also, like, really cheap as well. Although, for some reason, I haven't seen it around for, like, really, really cheap that often. Except for this time, I found it for, like, $10, which I thought was really good. So, yeah, I had to go get it finally because, you know, I've always been playing this game on emulation and I loved it a lot, but because I did find it cheap, I figured, yeah, let's go get it now because this game is just amazing. I mean, like I said, there's not much I can say that already hasn't been said before. It's just really good and it's also based after a really good movie. Now, let's get into some Wii games, and this Wii game over here is one that, funny thing was, I actually picked up one of the games in the series last month, and then I got the third part to it, and this happens to be Castle Shikigami 3 on the Wii, and I believe it's only on the Wii if I remember right. So, yeah, I actually have played, the second one, which was on PS2, because I know, like, when I said in that pickup video I haven't got around to playing it yet. Well, I finally did, and, well, the game kicks ass. And this one is also pretty damn kick-ass. I mean, it's basically the same kind of stuff. I mean, it's a anime-style game, and it's, like, a bullet hell shooter, and it's, like, really crazy and shit, and there's just, like, bullets all over the place. It also has some really good music, some pretty interesting graphics, and it also has some really, really terrible voice acting, but that's what makes it funny, because, you know, terrible voice acting, as bad as it can be, it can at least be amusing at times, and this one is definitely a perfect example of that. Hell, even the second one on PS2 is like that too. But yeah, this game was like $20, which I thought was pretty good, considering that this is a game I don't see very often. In fact, I think this is the first time I've ever seen it in person, actually. So, yeah, I'm very glad to finally have this one, because, you know, I love shooters, I love shoot 'em ups, I think that it's a very good genre that you can just pick up and play anytime you want. So, yeah, definitely very good on that, and also, well, it's a really fun game, and I think more people should check this series out. I mean, I don't hear many people talk about it that much, and it's from, you know, Axis Games or whatever, Axis Games, and Arc System Works, so, you know, that's definitely means something good is going on with it. Because, you know, they make some kick-ass fighting games. Next Wii game. This is one I actually found, like, brand new, and it was actually still at Walmart, because they actually still had it in stock, but it took them, like, forever to finally lower the damn price. That happened to be Samurai Warriors 3. Yeah, believe it or not, they actually still had this game in stock at the Walmart around here, but they were selling it for, like, I don't know, I think it was, like, $50 or some shit. Like, I mean, I get the game is still brand new, but, you know, it even still had the Nintendo Power, not the Nintendo Power, but the Club Nintendo code in here. I believe it was, like, in the back. Yeah. Even though I know it's useless now, but, you know, it's still kind of funny to know that it still has that. But, yeah, so it just took them forever to lower the price, and they've lowered it down to, like, 25, so I was like, yeah, I'll definitely jump on that, because, you know, Samurai Warriors is brand new. I don't see that very often, because I know even when I saw this game used at, like, GameStop, they were even selling it for, like, almost as much used, which I thought was stupid. At least, like, last time I've seen it, which was, like, a couple of years ago. But, anyways, now that I finally have it, and I've played it for a little bit, and, well, I'm a huge fan of this series, so, you know, I really like them a lot. I mean, I think the Warrior games are very fun, amusing, and all that good shit. But I know it's not for everyone, but of course, you know, I enjoy some hack and slash with some, like, mindless enemies and such. But one thing that is cool about this one is that you can actually create your own character. I mean, I think that's a nice touch, and then not only that, but also has more characters, like I believe this chick is new. I forget her name. I think her name was Kai or something. And then I know on the back, this guy is new. He is, it starts with a U, I forget. But I know, like, he's related to, like, Kotaro Fuma. I know that. And then you got, Kanbei Kurita, and that guy's badass as fuck. So, yeah, definitely some really good stuff here. At least if you're a fan of this series like I am. But, yeah, it actually plays really well on the Wii. And not only that, but you can actually play with a GameCube controller, which is really nice. Because, you know, using motion controls would be kind of annoying, but either way, though, I really enjoy this series, and I'm very happy to finally have this one. Alright, so the next two games, and these ones are both on Xbox. Well, this one's on the regular Xbox, the other one's on the 360, but this one over here is a game that I also don't see very often. In fact, it's actually one of the few Xbox games that's, like, going up there in price, unfortunately. But I ended up finding a pretty good deal on it, and that happened to be Call of Cthulhu, which is it's published by Bethesda, and it's pretty much like a survival horror, but it's in like first person view, and pretty much you have a sanity meter, so it's kind of sort of like Eternal Darkness in first person, which is really cool. There's also a lot of wide open areas, very good like creepy atmosphere that I really like. I haven't played it a whole lot, but I have played like a little bit of, and so far I actually really like it a lot. I think it's really awesome. But one thing that is really funny about this game is the main character that you use. Like, some of the shit that he says when you examine stuff is just really funny, or at least the way how he says it is like really funny. Like, I remember there's like one part where you see like this guy like cut open and you see like his like guts inside like a bunch of jars, and if you like examine each and every one of them, he'll be like, his heart has stopped moving, and he like the way how he says it, he sounds like really like excited about it. So I don't know, like it's probably just me and my fucked up sense of humor why I thought it was funny, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny, and of course he'd like say that with like every other thing. He'd be like, his lungs has stopped moving. Oh, his intestines has stopped moving. It's just so fucking stupid. But yeah, no, like I actually do find that to be really funny. But other than that, though, everything else in the game is actually really creepy. The game is pretty tough to figure out where you're supposed to go at times, but I'll eventually get farther into it, and hopefully I'll be able to do a video on it at some point. But yeah, this game is, I believe there is a PC version of it, but I don't know if it got released on Steam or GOG or anything like that. If it does, that'd be great, but, yeah, unfortunately this is one of the few Xbox games that's going up there in price. And how much I got it for $40, which isn't bad considering that after I checked, apparently this game is like more than 50 at times, so yeah, so I think that's definitely a pretty good deal, but of course, this is kind of a hard to find game, and of course, like I said, it is going up there, and I think it is definitely a really good game if you want to get it, if you're really into survival horror, because I think it's awesome. This is the 360 game, and I don't have a 360 yet, but I'm gonna try and get one next month, hopefully, if things turn out well. And this game happens to be Eternal Sonata, which I actually talked about this on my top 10 most adventurous video game music, because one of the songs in here, happened to be the battle theme, is fucking kick-ass. So, yeah, unfortunately there's no manual, but, you know, that's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, that's fine. But I actually got this for like $10, and this is another game I don't see too often, especially on PS3. I like never see it on PS3 anymore, but I found a couple of them on 360, so I thought, you know what, why not? I mean, I'll be able to get a chance to play it eventually, and I actually have played a little bit of it before, because a friend of mine actually had it, and from what I have played of it, it's really cool. It's like the battle system, it's an RPG, by the way. It's a battle system, is like, it's very similar to Trails of Cold Steel or the Neptunia games, where you have like a circle and you can just freely run around in there, and of course you get to like attack and do spells and such, you know, it's all good shit. But the one thing that is interesting about this game is that everything is all like music related, like this chick, I remember her name was like Polka, and I remember this dude over here, his name was like El Libretto or something. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I know it's like a musical term of some sort. And I know the dude playing the piano in the back there, I don't know if you can see, but he's really small. But I forget his name, but I remember his name was based after a famous composer. It's not Mozart or anything like that, or Beethoven, it's like something else, but you know, it's something like that. But yeah, so from what I have played of it, it's definitely a really good game, and for $10, I just couldn't ignore it, so I had to go get it eventually. Besides, I'm trying to like build up a couple of 360 games, so whenever I do get the system, I can actually start playing them. So, you know, because that's just it. So, either way, though, I think it's a really good RPG from what I played of it, and I can't wait to play more of it, so, yeah, that'll definitely be great. Alright, so now we get to move on to other things, and we'll start with the PS2. So this PS2 game right here is Gungrave Overdose, which is actually the second game in the Gungrave series, and I believe there's only 2 games. I don't know if there's a third one, I've only know about 2 of them, but I have a feeling there's only 2. Now, I haven't played, like, very much of this game, mostly because, well, not only did I just get it recently, but also the fact that, I don't really know what the hell's going on with the story, because, you know, it is a sequel, so I probably have to play through most of the first one first to actually understand what the hell's going on here, but other than the story though, the gameplay is actually really fun. I mean, it's a lot like Devil May Cry, or at least it kind of reminds me of it because you use a gun and a melee weapon. But of course, your melee weapon is not a sword. It's actually a giant ass coffin that you swing around on a chain. It's actually pretty badass. And it just seems like your guy's like undead, or at least he comes back from the grave or something. I'm not entirely sure, but either way though, I think that's just really cool. And from what I have played of it, it's pretty good. The controls do take a little bit of time to get used to, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely playable, so at least there's that. And it's actually developed by Red, I believe. In case you're wondering who Red is, they actually made the game Higane: The Final Conflict, so that's pretty cool. Not the I don't know if it's the same people that made that game made this game, but I know it's the same company, so that's interesting to know. But yeah, can't wait to get the first one, and then whenever I get to the first one, I'll get the chance to go through this one, and then, you know, we'll do a review on it at some point. Now, as for the next PS2 game, this is actually one of another game that I don't see too often. Actually, this is actually the first one I've ever seen it in person, and that happens to be Steambot Chronicles, which actually looks like a pretty cool game. I haven't actually got around to playing it yet because I just got it recently, but yeah, it has everything, which is nice. But from what I do know about this game, it's like an open world-ish game, and then it also involves like you're using like some kind of like mechanic, and you have to like take like scrap pieces of like random like robots and such, and then you can like build your own robot and you just shoot shit and all that. I don't know, that sounds really cool. So that's what I heard about, and I think that sounded awesome. And of course, it's published by Atlas, which is always nice. And then it's actually developed by Ireme, which, you know, they made games like the Hammer and Harry games, and they made a whole bunch of other stuff. But I know another one that they make that's really awesome was the good old arcade game Ninja Baseball Batman, which, you know, is a very incredibly rare arcade game. But at least there's games that you can play it on that. But yeah, I just have to throw that out there because that game is just so ridiculous. It's hilarious. But yeah, unfortunately I can't say a lot about this one, but I can't wait to get into it though, because it does look like a really interesting game. And like I said, I've never seen this game in person at all, and I actually happened to get it for $50, which I thought was pretty good, because, I don't know, I have a feeling this game could get like a lot more like worse, like within like, I don't know, maybe like $80 or some shit. I have no idea, but I just have a feeling that it's gonna go up eventually, but figured I'd just get it now, because I have a feeling if I didn't get it now, I probably would get it until, like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years from now. It all depends, but either way, though, I'm glad I happen to have it, and not only that, but I can't wait to get into it, and I'll tell you more about it if I ever do a review on it. Because there's no second game, but there was supposed to be a second game, but the second game was cancelled, unfortunately. In fact, I don't even know if Ireme is even still around anymore. I'm not sure if they are, because I don't think they ever made a game after this, at least not that I remember. But either way, we'll have to see about that. And this one over here is funny because I'm wearing the shirt, and that happened to be Sonic Generations. Now, I actually have not actually owned this game, but I have played it. In fact, I've actually beaten it. But the reason how I got that is because someone I knew had it, so that's how I played it and beaten it, but I never actually owned it until now, and I got it for $10 and couldn't go wrong for that. Even though the disc was in like really bad shape, but I did like pop it in real quick to see if it like actually worked, and it does, so yeah, very glad about that. But yeah, anyways, this is actually a really good Sonic game. It's probably one of like the newer Sonic games that's actually like really good. I mean, I know there is Sonic Colors, but I never played that one, but I can't wait for that to play that one, because that one does look pretty good. But it's funny though, because I remember when I was playing all the Sonic games on the Wii, it was like, okay, Sonic and Secret Rings, I fucking hated that game, and then there was Sonic and the Black Knight, that was just stupid beyond hell. And then after that, I know there was Sonic Unleashed, but I know that wasn't exclusive to the Wii, but you know, it was on everything else, and I don't know, it was kinda, it was okay. It was better than the other two, that's for sure, but it still wasn't anything I would say great. And then it was like, hey, fuck it, I give up. And then after that, they actually made a good one. Yeah, funny. But yeah, anyways, this is actually a really good one. I totally recommend you guys to play it if you think that like Sonic is like nothing anymore. Well, this one is definitely a good one. I mean, I know after this one, they did make Sonic Lost World, which I actually did enjoy that one myself. I mean, it wasn't as good as this game, but it was still like a pretty good game. And then after that, you know, Sonic Boom, which I haven't played, but Yeah, I'm kind of worried about it, and also I would not pay the price that they're asking for it anyway, so... Either way though, this for $10, definitely well worth it. Now this next PS3 game is a series of games that I've heard of, but I never actually played any of them, but always wanted to try them out. But I have been playing this one for quite a bit, and I really like it, and that is Way of the Samurai 3. Yes, and in case you're wondering, this game is kind of hard to explain, but the easiest way I can explain is that it's kind of like an open world-ish game, like it's a game where it's very mission based, where you kind of just wander around, you like do whatever you want, you do missions to like either help people or you can like fuck people up or doing all that kind of stuff. And obviously you're a samurai and you can like create your own character. Although at the beginning it's very limited, but of course more when you progress through the game it becomes like more creative and such. And not only that, but when you first start out in the game, it's a bit hard to get into at first because you have no idea what the hell you're doing, because there's really no real narrative to it. But after when you get past the whole beginning thing, the game gets really, really good, and I really like it a lot. But another thing that's really funny about this game is that you can actually equip like random shit to your guy, which is really funny. Like I actually knocked some fucker out with a giant leak. I don't know about you, but that's fucking hilarious. And of course, another thing that's really funny is that I actually like took on like an entire army of dudes with a hoe. And no, I'm not talking about a whore. I mean, what are you, sick-minded? I'm talking about like an actual gardening tool. Yeah, that was just hilarious. But yeah, so this game kind of has like a bit of a sense of humor in that way. And of course, it's also when you kill people, they become like ragdoll, which is always funny. So they go, you always see them go like, and it's just really fucking hilarious. Man, I'm acting ridiculous in this video, aren't I? Well. Either way, personally, I think this game is really good, and I also got it for like $10, and I really can't wait to try out the other ones, because I know there's 2 of them on PS2, then there's this one on PS3, and then there's a 4th one, but I never actually seen the 4th one around at all, so I don't know, that one might be a bit tough to find, but either way though, I would like to try out all of them, but this one I can definitely say is a really good game, and I don't hear many people talk about it, so yeah, kind of unfortunate, but hopefully they do make a 5th one or something, or maybe even like a remake of like the first 2 or something. I don't know. That'd be really cool. Alright, so now we're going to get into some PS4 games, and these are the last 2 games that I got for this month. And this one here is a game that came out very recently, and that happens to be Nitro Blazers, Heroin Infinite Duel. Yeah, I fucked up the title on that one, but either way, it's a 2D fighting game based after Nitro, which is, an anime company that produces anime. And as you know, I'm a huge anime fan, and yes, there's not a lot of shows in here that I'm, too familiar with. I mean, I've heard about a lot of them, but I never actually, sat down and watched a lot of them. But the ones that really got me interested, though, was, Saber from Fate/Stay Night, which is a really good anime. At least I really enjoyed it a lot. And there's a couple other ones in here, I know there's Psycho Pass, and then there's also, Saya no Yuta or something like that. I forget the name of it there, but it's basically this chick. I actually really wanted to get into that one, because that one actually seems interesting. But anyways, it's a 2D fighting game, it's very similar to, Fighting Climax, Dembanko, whatever the hell it is. It's on PS3. But, that game was actually really good. This one is a lot like it, but I actually kind of prefer it a bit better. I don't know, I just think the gameplay of it, it seems more strategic, which I think is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the other one. I mean, the other one I think is great. I mean, it plays a lot like Persona 4 Arena, sorta. So I thought that was really cool. But this one, it plays more on the longs of, I don't know, Guilty Gear or something. And even then, they're very similar, so I don't know. You know what, I'm not an expert at fighting games here, so I'm sure if I, piss off someone being like, oh, you're not correct, or whatever, well, I'm just letting you know, I'm not, hardcore into it there, but I'm just saying, I just enjoy fighting games because I think fighting games are fun. But, yeah, either way, though, personally, I think this is a really good fighting game. I mean, if you're not into, the animes that are in here, I still think it is fairly fun. I mean, like I said, I don't know, super familiar with all of them, but from ones I do know, I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the last game here, and this is a PS4 game, and this is actually a collector's edition that I was not expecting to getting, but I ended up getting it because I actually found the price of it was pretty good for what it was. And also the game actually seemed very interesting to me, at least just before when I heard about it. And that happened to be Life is Strange. And yes, my life is strange too. Actually, it's not just strange, my life is fucked up. Well, Anyways, what can I say about this game is that when I first heard about this game, like, it was, it was digital only and such, and, that's totally fine. I mean, it's kind of like a tall tale game where it's very episodic, but, if you get this, it actually comes with all of them, which is nice. Now, here's the thing, though, is that when I first heard about this game, I pretty much knew, like, nothing about it, and when, like, ever I'd ask people about it, they'd be like, yeah, this game is, like, really, really good, and then I'd be like, okay, why is it really good? And they were like, because it's really good, and I'm like, yeah, that's not very helpful. So then what I ended up doing was that I ended up talking to someone else that, actually told me about the game. He was actually like, yeah, it's about this, like, chick that you can, like, have, like, time travel powers, and there's also something about, like, a tornado that can hit, like, the town and such, and there's, like, a whole bunch of choices that you make and whatnot. It's really crazy and shit, and I'm just like, okay, that sounds like something I can get into, and you know what? I actually ended up liking this game more than I thought I would, because this game actually pretty blew me away, especially near the ending. Oh my god, that was some crazy shit. Also very trippy shit as well, but yeah, no, I actually enjoyed this one. I mean, I haven't really messed around too much with these newer, like, tall tale kind of games where, like, you walk around, you, like, point and click at stuff. I mean, I like point and click games, I just never really got around to getting into most of them. I mean, I have played, like, very little of the Game of Thrones game, which was pretty cool. I mean, I do kind of like that show, at least from what I've watched of it. So that was always interesting. But, yeah, as for this, though, I'm actually pretty happy about this. I mean, I thought, like, the price of it was really good for what it was, and also it was a good time to get into it, so... Yeah, I actually ended up beating it because the game actually is not hard at all. It's just, it's just very different ways to do it, but I definitely really enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but... Either way, though, I'm very happy about that. And just so you know, I actually already recorded a unboxing video, but this won't be in there, though. It'll probably be in the next one, which will probably happen whenever. I'm not sure when. But just letting you guys know that after when this video is uploaded, I'm going to be uploading an unboxing video, and then, of course, there's going to be another review, which I already finished. So, yeah, with that, anyways, though, this is actually a really good game that was definitely a pleasant surprise. I don't know, I was very surprised by it. Alright, so that takes us to the end of everything here, so that's all that I got for the month of February, which is pretty great. I mean, I'm happy with all of it, of course, and of course, like, things have been going pretty well around here, which I'm also very thankful for and such, so... not much else I can say. I mean, I already did the shadow thing at the beginning rather than at the ending, which I do prefer doing them at the beginning just so it gets it out there quicker, and not only that, but more people will see it, because I don't know if people will watch through, like, the whole thing of these, because I know some of these videos can get a bit long, but either way. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and commenting.